Good morning, everyone. My name is Marie Diaz. I'm the Chief Visionary Officer for Pursuit of Excellence, a Dallas organization that is global. We are here today to talk a little bit and interview this wonderful person, Glory Holland, correct?
Yes.
And we're going to be talking about the millennials in the workforce today. So let's just get right to it.
Yes.
Gloria, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Glory Holland, and I'm currently I just finished my junior year at the University of Oklahoma, so I'm about to be a senior. I'm majoring in visual communications, and for those of you who don't know, that's a little bit like graphic design. So yeah, I'm graduating in May, and I'm about to enter the workforce, so I'm excited, but also I have a lot of nerves about it.
Yes, well, tell us a little bit about that.
So I think one of the big things is as a designer, everything you make is really personal. So even though I consider myself to have pretty thick skin, everything you put out there receives a lot of criticism back. So you have to have a certain amount of just like confidence in that. Mm-hmm. And also with being a designer, one of the things I worry about a lot is just balancing my life in general. Because it's very easy to with all work you can do this, but design work, take it home, never quit, work on it all night, go back to work in the morning. And for me, I'm someone who loves to be busy, and so it's really easy for me to overwork myself. Mm-hmm. So just finding that balance and giving it all in my professional life, but also having a personal life.
Okay, I can totally understand that.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a couple questions. Now, when you think about the workforce today, you're in college, mm-hmm. right, today?
Yes.
And you're excited to find that new job. Mm-hmm. And so do you get any kind of feeling about what the expectations of whoever your employer might be put upon you?
Yeah, so I always wonder about the learning curve going into the workforce, especially because I do a wide range of things in my major, and so I don't know when I go into a particular job, what am I going to specialize in? And what if they want me to specialize in something I don't have as much experience in? Mm-hmm. So I always wonder about a company's culture and if they're going to have a nice learning curve, they're really going to encourage me in things, because I am a fast learner and I'm willing to learn. Mm-hmm. But I also want to have that learning curve to be able to learn.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So if a company didn't provide that for you, first, what would that look like? And then second, if they didn't provide that to you, then what would you do with that?
Okay. So I think them not providing it to me would just be kind of throwing me into something, not telling me at all what to expect, and giving me just like deadline right off the bat. Here's what you have to do. Here's when you have to do it by, and not really giving me a guideline. Mm-hmm. So I have my own resources for that. Mm-hmm. As a designer, there's so many things online, like YouTube. I have Linda. I have all these ways I can self-teach. But also, when you're a designer and you have that deadline, it's like, okay, I've got to work all day and I've got to go home and teach myself for 5 hours how I'm going to do this so I can tackle it tomorrow. Right. And I also want to be putting the best product out there I can for a client. So I don't want to have to scramble to produce something that's not that good, and then have my employer be disappointed in me.
So let's say in a scenario the employer was disappointed mm-hmm. by the output, but just because you felt like you weren't properly trained. Mm-hmm. How would you handle that?
So I think the great thing about OU and the teachers I have now is they are overly critical, and they are very honest with me, like, hey, like, I see that you put a lot of effort towards this, but like, it's just not good enough. And so I'm used to that, and I think the main thing with that is you just have to take it as it is. And when you don't fully deliver, you have to ask, okay, so what are you looking for specifically that I can improve on next time? Okay. Because if you just kind of like crumble under that and you don't ask where you can improve, it's going to be a repetitive thing, right? Which can get very frustrating. And I think being frustrated is like the worst. That's the worst feeling for me.
Right. Now, would you quit or just immediately? Would you put your notice in? How would you handle that?
No. So I've never been like all growing up. I'm the youngest I have 3 older siblings, mm-hmm. and I always played competitive sports growing up, and I was never like someone who was like naturally the best, or I always had to work really hard for that. And I don't know, I just think quitting doesn't build, and giving up right away isn't going to build a good relationship, even if it's not your dream job or whatever you're looking for at the time. If you like work for it, you have to give it some time, because if it's not for you, at least you built a connection there that you can always go back to. I think quitting kind of burns a bridge, mm-hmm. and it's just not very good.
So just, it's good to hear that, but mm-hmm. just so I can share with you a statistic, they say today millennials will have 8 to 10 jobs before they turn 30.
Yeah, so actually, one of my teachers told me, he was like, yeah, you're probably going to have a different job every year for your first like 6 years of employment, which is crazy. It's kind of encouraging because for me, that means if I don't have my dream job or like a job I really love out of college, I'm going to have more opportunities. But it's also kind of scary because
Right.
it's like you never know what's going to be coming.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So would you think the ideal job would be to come to work every day, 8 to 5, a set schedule, or do you feel like the ideal position would be that to have some flexibility to where you can come into work, stay at home, a direct supervisor? Tell me what you think the ideal position would be.
So, like I said, I'm someone who likes to be really busy. So the idea of a 9 to 5 doesn't really bother me if I'm not sitting at a desk all day. If I'm sitting at a desk all day at a 9 to 5, I don't think I would personally be happy with that. I want a job where I can interact with people all day and I'm not on my just on my computer like in a bubble all day. That's why I said again, like a company's culture is really important to me. I could also have a more flexible day as well, but it's important that I'm productive all day.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Well, thank you very much. It's
Yes.
been very nice to chat with you.
You too.
And ladies and gentlemen, Glory Holland, and the new millennial entering into the workforce. And so if you'd like to email us, obviously she's looking for a position. And
If
so,
you're looking for a designer.
thank you so much.
Thank you.